Commence primary ignition.
What's up, guys? I'm Emily Swallow. If you're looking at this, you're watching the Virtual Cantina Network. This is the way.
Well, first and foremost, happy birthday to our good friend VCN Hall of Famer Emily Swallow. And also, happy 10th birthday to The Force Awakens.
That is just craziness that The Force Awakens is 10 years old. I remember this being like the Christmas time thing to do, but it does not seem like it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, I know. It's really nuts considering the fact that that was the movie that, that was one of the movies that reinvigorated Star Wars. I mean, when they first announced that they were starting up Star Wars again after the Disney buyout, this is the movie they talked about.
Oh yeah.
So,
and I just remember there being so much excitement for it ahead of time. Like my family and I, like months ahead of time, just based on the speculation of seeing the trailer and stuff, is that we dressed up for Halloween that year. Mm-hmm. That was our Halloween family themed costume. And boy, did we get it wrong. So I was old Luke, and I spent time building the robotic hand because we saw that, and we assumed that he was going to be an integral part of that movie. Fooled you. But also, my older daughter, she dressed as Rey. We did a nice scavenger Rey there. So yeah, that was an important part. But the speculation part was, my wife dressed as Mara Jade.
That's amazing.
Yep, that didn't happen. And then the little one, and we knew this wasn't going to happen. She just wanted to do it. The little one dressed as Jar Jar.
Because Jar Jar Binks is that.
Yes, it would have been hilarious that he actually even there was like some sort of cameo or something, but not so much.
They should have.
I know it just really should, but I mean, we really we got A New Hope Part 2.
Or Diet, as I like to call it sometimes.
I mean, maybe it went in different ways, but at this point, when we saw The Force Awakens, at least for me, when I saw it the first time, I wasn't as like jaded and down on it as I am now. It was the first time we'd seen Star Wars on the big screen, like a new thing in forever. And it was a magical experience. Like the first time I saw the movie in theaters, I liked it so much more than I like it right now.
Understandable.
And, I mean, it's still a rewatchable movie, and it's the best, I think, and we'll argue later, of the sequel trilogy. But it sets up so many characters that became underused later on.
No, I mean, yeah, we can argue later. I mean, I honestly think that, in my humble opinion, is coming into the new era of Star Wars, there's still a lot of very, very divisive parts of the fandom.
Oh, yes.
And because of the prequels. And mostly, I had to say, from our generation.
True.
They're prequel here. So if this is the first thing you're back and you bring a new company, history would tell you is that you need to bring everything back to homeostasis in order to rebuild it again for a new audience and a new society, per se.
Mm.
So what do? You take thematic, cinematic things, rehash it, and reintroduce it. So when people see it again, they're seeing something that they recognize. Whether it's subliminal or not, they recognize it enough to be like, wow, this is exactly what I saw. Which is exactly one of the reasons why, there's multiple, that I love Last Jedi. Because if people were so in love with the ideals of The Force Awakens that if they were happy seeing that again, what would have been the logical point for Last Jedi? Rey's lineage. You would have found out she was a Palpatine, a Kenobi, or a Skywalker, or anybody who would have happened in the second movie, and she probably would have lost a limb.
Yeah.
So that would have been Died Empire. And I didn't want that. I wanted something new, something fresh. I want to be challenged when I go to the theater, even if it's something that I do love. I want to be able to go in and be like, okay, I have to cerebrally think about this for a minute. And then, unfortunately, to me, which a lot of us agree and Skip doesn't agree, is that Rise was painted into a corner. They had issues with the first director and the treatment, which, by the way, Duel of the Fates was an incredible script. I read the treatment of it. It was absolutely insanely good. But the core of that story was Carrie. They couldn't do what they did in Rise with Carrie in a Duel of the Fates. So they basically, what they should have done is they should have definitely hollowed it and split it up, because they introduced way too much into episode 9 to make it feel like a cohesive story and the ending of the story.
Yeah, I just think like we hadn't been set up well enough for 9 with 8, because it's beautifully shot, but it went squirrel like 3 different times. There were a whole lot of like, oh, this is a great little scene and thing that we do over here, and then there's a great little thing and we seen things we do over here, and then we're back to this, and a lot of it suffered from the change of who was doing what and everybody going this way and the other, and like the sequel trilogy in general, not necessarily that movie, but it's just like, we're doing this and then we're doing this and then we're back over here to doing this.
Well, here's the thing we talk about as well, is that episodes 1 through 6, whether that they had 3 different directors out of the 6 movies. One of the directors filmed 4 of them. But the singular thing that had everything to make it cohesive was George was on set for Empire and Jedi every single day.
Yeah.
That he could be in the ear of the director, of Irvin Kershner, of Richard Marquand.
Well, I think Kershner and Marquand didn't necessarily even want to they didn't want to take over the movie. They didn't want to take over the whole thing. That's what made it different, is they were committed to doing George's vision, but their interpretation and their seeing of it, but still it was George's vision.
Yeah.
They were just directing George's vision. It wasn't like, oh, this is the way I think Star Wars should go, and then this is the way I think Star Wars should go, and then we're back to it. Exactly, Bruce, I think the whole point is everybody's Star Wars that they became familiar with is their Star Wars. You know, my brothers are children of the prequels. They're 8 and 16 years younger than I am. So they very much, that's their Star Wars.
My brothers too.
Now, yeah, I love the fact that, you know, and my children, although they are where they were introduced to Star Wars becomes it is, I think I introduced my children to Star Wars too early. Okay, back me up on this, because you're sitting there and going, I can hear you. You're going, there's never too early to introduce your children to Star Wars. But I introduced them 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
As you should.
But when I introduced them to 4, 5, and 6, they were too young for it to be formative.
Okay.
What became formative for them was 1, 2, and that's why Amelia is a Jar Jar head, a Jar Jar fanatic. You know what I'm saying? Is when I introduced them so early, because I was going through the whole thing, they saw the OT too early for it to be their Star Wars.
Okay, I can understand that, but the thing we always love about, and you just hit the nail on the head, is that there's an entry point for everybody.
Yeah.
Every generation has a Star Wars. Every generation has, whether it be animation, live action, the Disney Plus era, OT, prequels, whatever. So everybody's going to have an affinity to something about Star Wars. But the ideals of being a Star Wars fan, in my estimation, is that you don't have to necessarily like everything. You have to like and have a love for the core principle of Star Wars, which is Star Wars as a whole.
Well,
so, and that's celebration, but that's celebration.
Well, yeah, and with everything I'm talking about, and don't get me wrong, and I don't want to be overly negative about the sequel trilogy, is the sequel trilogy in general has been enjoyable to be able to watch and participate in and see what is happening, but I'm more disappointed with some of it. You know, I am disappointed with what was done with the character of Finn. I'm disappointed with how potentially meaningless Han's death was.
But
you know?
But we could talk about that, because not only because I got a shirt and also I have a saber right behind me, we got a really, really rich characterization out of Ben Solo. And that's one thing to say out of the entire sequels trilogy is the most complete arc of the entire sequel trilogy is the redemption of Ben Solo. The Kylo Ren story, and say what you want about Last Jedi, but Last Jedi, Adam Driver's acting was chef's kiss.
I would not. That is not begin to be one of the things that I would complain about. Is some of the things that were said and some of the this and there were a little bit of cringy, but none of that being. I don't think any of that really being Daisy Ridley's fault. I don't think it being Boyega's fault. I don't think it's being Driver's fault at all. It's some of them, they were underused in different ways. And like the Ben Swolo memes is like, okay, did he really need to have his shirt off for that?
The thing is, we're in the age of tongue in cheek, unfortunately, in every sort of capacity, which is also why if you go and look at the line in Last Jedi, when he finally says to R2, and watch your language, that was, aha, you know, for joke. I mean, the when they're in the sand pit before they see the big, anaconda, basilisk character, Rey turns on her lightsaber, and then Poe turns on his flashlight, and I'm like, and that's all of us as kids that didn't have a lightsaber. We had a flashlight.
Oh, it's I mean, there's fun and there's little bits. And like I said, the first time I saw The Force Awakens, it was magical. It was. And the first time I watched Rise of Skywalker, I wasn't nearly as disappointed as I am now on the first watch through. Scared the holy bejesus out of me, the whole transport scene. I was like, no! But yeah, that was like an emotional deal. But
Fish in a barrel.
But look at our look at our backdrop here, and of these characters, how many of them didn't get as much of a big splash as they should. Okay, Poe, middle of the road. Finn, not so much. Kylo stole the whole thing. They made the whole thing be around Kylo, but Harrison didn't get as much. I think Carrie would have had she lived. She would have gotten more. But she didn't, and that's not anybody's fault. But Phasma, so poorly underused.
Absolutely. And
BB-8 breakout star of the whole thing, right?
We didn't need Dio, honestly.
No, we did not need Dio, but BB-8, big, huge, is arguably the merch and the stuff and the popularity would really, train visually for the story arcs based on our beliefs. The character stories, we should have expanded more. We needed more Maz. We needed more Phasma. We needed more. We didn't necessarily need more Finn, but we needed the Finn that we got to not be Rey. No. Is there's possibly that too. Is we talk about a lot on the unifying force is that in the modern era of movie making, there's a lot of movie made by committee.
Yeah.
And that doesn't ever bode well. But I mean,
to quote George is not a committee.
Huh?
To quote George from Leia's line, I am not a committee.
Yeah. I mean, it's that sort of thing. Is George's vision was George's vision, and he went with it, and it was beautiful, and it was a thing that we just had on the unifying force this past Sunday. You can go back onto the playlist and check it out. Is we played a quote from George about talking about how movies being made now are somebody sees a movie and they want to make money. So they're like, oh, look at what they did with this movie. This movie was great. We need to make that again. As opposed to George, who had seen Kurosawa, who had seen Flash Gordon, R.I.P. Flash Gordon, who had seen, his own movies, what affected the street racing scene in Modesto, California, is he put so many different things together. Whereas so many people who are writing Star Wars today are writing Star Wars from a place of just watching Star Wars.
Yep. So we got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. Don't forget, we are watching The Force Awakens tonight. To make sure you have D+ already. And a couple quick things. First and foremost, I like the fact we're the nacho cheese and Cool Ranch Doritos tonight.
Yeah, this is a fun little thing.
But also, want to show a couple of images that I actually pulled off of online before we talk about a couple of things. First and foremost, this was the first picture that we got from The Force Awakens 11 years ago now.
And how exciting was this?
Well, first and foremost, you got Carrie talking to Daisy. You have Harrison talking to JJ. Mark is sitting next to Anthony. We were just so excited about this. And obviously R2's in the crate in there. So this was like a very big time. And whoever was able to get this signed by just about everybody,
Oh, yeah.
that'd be amazing. But they announced like 2 weeks ago they finished filming. And this was the first shot of the Schwartz Awakens.
Woo!
So,
and I love this one so much because this is real. So many of the shots about this thing have been AI, and it just disappoints me.
Right. So, very, very excited about that. And also, we just found out today that
wrong button.
Yep.
There we go.
That Starfighter finished filming.
Yeah. That's that. Woo. But that means that they are going to spend a crap ton of time in post on this thing. And
they're in post for 2 movies right now because you got one coming out with Mandalorian, Grogu coming out in 5 months.
Yeah.
And then you have in 17 months, you got Starfighter. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how that all operates. But
Well, we've seen from the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer how much CG there's going to be. You know, there's a ton of stuff, but this tells us how much CG there's going to be in Starfighter just because of how long they're really going to take with that. Because they didn't, it was announced not, 15 months ago or not 12 months ago that Mandalorian and Grogu had wrapped.
And we found out, found out about Starfighter in Japan, literally 8 months ago. So, hey, Tom, how are you? But a couple of things that we want to quickly talk about before we go live, because in 9 more minutes, is quickly, Dave, you got a care package from Cool Waters, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. If you guys should totally check out my unboxings video that's on the YouTube channel right there, youtube.com /the Virtual Cantina Network. You should go do that. I got some great. It was a mystery unboxing, right? Is Cool Waters for Black Friday always does kind of a mystery autograph deal. Here it is right here. And I got a dual, 2 different Julian Glover autos, like a 007 and of course a Star Wars. So they were amazing. Plus I got Pirates of the Caribbean. Come on. So I love just the randomness. Oh, that's not the Pirates. This is the Pirates. Pirates of the Caribbean. Ooh, there.
That's a character that they put the bomb in. Not fair.
Yeah, and then I don't even know what this is. I got to look at this. I haven't checked this out yet. So, new stuff, cool stuff. I really enjoy that and recommend that mystery box. Yeah, thanks, Tom. It's a great one. I really like that. At some point, maybe I will find out who that, if that is a known stormtrooper in the shot, and see if I can't track that person down if they are still with us.
And then also, I don't know if many of you saw this afternoon, but I had a nice news desk with our friend JC from Scum and Villainy to discuss Scum and Villainy Rendezvous. And guess what? VCN family members are invited to invest in Rendezvous during their Friends and Family Invest First reservation time, which goes until the 1st of the year, and then it goes open to the general public. Now, this is awesome because so many different things are going to come out of this. If you went on a family vacation last year, you saw the fact that we had a family vacation, our first Bunta E Special Edition at Scum and Villainy. And one of the things that JC talked about today is the fact that that event in itself helped get us to where we're kind of today going with this, because he saw that he needs more space because he wants to do things that we did in his space, but better, which was very nice.
That we packed the place, and not just packed the interior, not just packed the bar, not just packed the front room. We packed the front room. We packed the bar. We packed the hallway on the way to the bathroom.
Yeah,
and the entire back patio. So Rendezvous, I think, is gonna really be a space that you will still overpack it.
So the first floor is going to be, the regular cantina. It's going to be similar to what the format you have currently right now. But upstairs is going to be a ship called the Rendezvous. So almost like Halcyon-esque. So it's going to have so many different elements to it, which would be really great. But here's the thing is,
JC needs to find somebody at the Mouse and get a whole lot of, on special.
Yep. Well,
clean the whole place out.
So one of the things that we're very proud about, and this is a VCN gift as part of one of the perks, is that if you invest minimum $100 towards Scum and Villainy Rendezvous, we have this really great offer. You'll get free entry and open bar for one person at one of our events in 2027, and it will be the event at the Rendezvous. So we're going to have 2 events in 2027, back-to-back days.
Yeah.
One's going to be at the Rendezvous. One's going to be somewhere else.
Who knows?
But you will know which one until this time next year. However, if you invest in the next 4 months before they close out the crowdfunding and become part of the founding fleet, you will get free entry and open bar for your investment on top of the perks for Scum and Villainy.
Yeah, and you got to go check out the perks. There's some exciting perks that I personally had to get in on, some stuff that I'm very excited about. And I hope we get to those tiers so we see it. The biggie for me, is, I think it's tier 2. I don't know, it might be tier 3. But one of the tiers is like exclusive streaming content. Like what they do in the actual bar will get streamed, and the founding fleet members will have that. And I, of course, being on the opposite coast, don't often get a chance to be there, but dude, like, I'll get to see the cool stuff they're doing.
Absolutely. But if you go to scumandvillainy.com or foundingfleet.com now, you can make an investment as low as $100 US. And with that, like I said, you will get free entry and open bar for our event in 2027 at the Rendezvous. Very, very excited about it. It was a really good. I was very happy with it. And I'm hit or miss about when I do news desks. I was very happy because it was different from what JC had done with his other ones. Plus, also I want to thank JC because we were the official social media kickoff of the campaign. Like, he was on a couple of 2 podcasts beforehand, but he had asked the VCN to be involved because we had the same ideology of what is in the best interest of the fandom, first and foremost. And I said this to many people, it's the same ideology that led us to our relationship with Rebel ScumCon. So very, very excited about this opportunity. VCN, our investors, Dave's an investor, Jeff's an investor, I'm an investor. I know a lot of our members are investors. And from what I know right now, and I can't talk more about it, the VCN family has shown up in the last 7 days. So thank you from the bottom of our heart, and the belief in what we're trying to do, with the belief in what Scum and Villainy is trying to do, and investing whatever you can to a major nerd haven. I mean, think about this for a minute, which is absolutely awesome. Is, let's just say hypothetically they open up in May. I don't know if they're going to open up in May, but let's say they're not going to be open up until December of next year. It's under the world's busiest AMC theater in Burbank.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go from watching Avengers Doomsday.
Like really near there too.
Yep. But you can go watch Avengers Doomsday and then go downstairs to Scum and Villainy Rendezvous with your friends, have drinks, and talk about the movie. Like, there's a nerd haven right there at that movie theater.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Cool. I mean, could you imagine if there's one right by the Chinese Theater or the El Capitan? I mean, yeah, you have one with walking distance. Yeah, you had the original. Yeah. But the fact is, literally, you're going downstairs. You have to pass it in order to get out of the complex. I'm pretty stoked about it, and we're all very excited about this involvement. But yes, like we said, we're going to have 2 events in 27 before Celebration. And one will be the not-so, and one will be Bunta. But who's having what? Stay tuned in 365 days from now. But there'll be Easter eggs. We will have Easter eggs throughout the year.
And absolutely, Troy, like, give it a look, man. Check out Spencer's news desk from today. I caught part of it at work. Maybe.
That's how I watched Celebration the first time. It was on my cubicle. So.
Yeah. And but I watched the parts of the news desk, and it explained a lot of cool stuff. But if you go and you filter through the website that they have on the what is it called? WeFund? WeFund?
It's on WeFund, but if you go to right here, go to scumandvillainy.com or foundingfleet.com, and it goes directly to that page.
But actually, like go down. It's a lot. There's a lot of scrolling because there's a lot of tiers and there's a lot of stuff. But go read through it. It's good stuff. And like I said, there's a lot of really cool stuff offered.
Also, if you go to our link tree, which is on the QR that's above Fid right there, the first thing on our link tree is actually the link to the WeFounder. But we're about that. Hey, Peter. So we're about that time right now. So please get your D+ machines all queued up to
D+ machines. You probably go ahead and like get to the Force Awakens, hit play, get to the Disney thing, and then just kind of pause.
Right.
Like, see, mine didn't even give me a D+.
I had a commercial. I had a pause.
Mine went straight to the Lucasfilm logo. So if you got a commercial, play through the commercial.
Or
get
press
to
skip.
like the Lucasfilm logo, and then I'll give you a minute to do that, and we'll do it. Yeah, man, is Celebration going to be a thing? Is our friend Dave Lewis today posted? It's like, can it be April 2027? Yeah,
no, it needs to be March 2027, the last week of March.
Well, yes, he doesn't know the deals that we got set up yet. So yes,
I know, but the thing is, I've been telling everybody in that chat, and in particularly, VCN shenanigans actually are start Monday of that week at Disneyland. So you want to be in town all week.
Yes,
but we'll talk more.
Is everybody? Yeah, we'll just totally talk over the movie. That's how it's going to roll.
Not like we haven't seen it.
So, everybody ready? Everybody good?
Make it so.
You're mixing your metaphors. Can't do that.
Yes, I can.
All right, here we go. 10-second countdown.
Okay, we all got giddy when we saw the Lucasfilm Limited logo flash up and got the crawl.
And then again, the classic long time ago in a galaxy far. Woo!
And then everybody went banana.
Yes.
Yeah, so Brian Kissinger is involved with Rendezvous. He's involved with Rendezvous. Vanessa Marshall is involved with Rendezvous. Todd Stadwick from Star Trek is involved with Rendezvous. Kevin Smith is involved with Rendezvous. Fawn Davis, VCN Hall of Famer, is involved with Rendezvous.
You didn't say Muse.
Oh, Muse. Yes, Muse too.
Yeah. See this in the theaters. I tell you, this right here, I think I had seen it already at this point, but this was my little brother's Christmas present to all of us on this Christmas. It's like we all opened and we got tickets for a not Christmas Day, but I think a day or two after, like the entire extended family, all my brothers, my sister, my mother, and all of our children like went and took up like I think an entire row, maybe even 2 rows in the theaters, and it was still good. It was still like, whoa.
But it's nothing like Star Wars in the theaters. We keep on talking about that, and now we now know that we're gonna have at least 2 in a row.
Well, and we're getting Star Wars back next year.
Yeah,
that's gonna be great.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that. It's just bump, bump, bump the music. I'm telling you.
It's just so nice to have John Williams soundtrack.
Yeah.
And Sam Levine was actually one of these stormtroopers, and Dave
Oh, I
Santana.
didn't know that. That's cool. That would be a good shot. That opening, that all of those like back in a row to have Sam sign.
Yep.
Telling you, this is the breakout merch star of the whole thing. I think I have seen more BB-8 merch than anything else.
At Rancho Obi-Wan, there's a whole section just for BB-8 merch.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's Vigo the Carpathian.
Yes.
This is a character I want to know a lot more about.
Right. See, and then that right there immediately. Right? Gotcha. Right in the feels. Yeah, is that's gonna be no John?
But it's Ludwig.
Yeah. And this really kind of drew us into wanting to know about Poe.
Mm-hmm. And he was supposed to die in the first act of this movie. He actually said, I die in every first act of every movie I'm involved in. Can you give me a little bit more?
Well, in all honesty, that might not have been bad, because he was really interesting to start with. Like, maybe not in the first act, but him dying before he became meh would have endeared him more, I think.
Mm-hmm. But it's cool seeing how BB-8 gets into the magnet.
Uh-oh. Nope. Here we go. Dude. Not messing around.
Nope.
It's kind of ironic that he's mowing down these troopers, and how close of buddies he becomes with Finn.
Right.
Because we'd never think to check the droid for a, computer chip. Right. Never. Oh, he can shoot. People that shoot with accuracy. See, he's the one that gunned down Finn's buddy. And that never comes up again.
Yeah, but also we hear in this movie, that's a story for another time. But is it?
I mean, that would have been a great novelization or something. A difficult point a sticking point in their friendship is obviously they were good friends, but then they come to that realization, and that's a story to be told, man.
So you're basically taking the storyline from Civil War, with basically that Steve knew that Bucky killed Tony's mom.
That. And that made an interesting point. Yeah, casualties of war, it happens. I think personally they'd have easily gotten past it, but I think that tells a little bit more of an interesting story than the underuse of Broom Boy,
which I thought was great.
No, I liked the concept of Broom Boy. I wish there was more. That's why I said the underuse.
Yeah, because honestly, to me, Broom Boy,
everybody, and there's Force users and Force sensitives and all over in all walks of life. Amazing. I think it was way underused with just one little, oh, here, the broom. I want to bring it over to my hand.
Well, first off, love seeing this. First I was seeing Kylo Ren. But also,
Kylo, super badass.
Was playing with his action figures like he was one of us when he was his age. So to me, it was like a love letter to us.
That right there, the show of Kylo's power to start with, that got a little crazy.
I love how he looks back and then the shot's like midair.
Well, there's like a lot of things, Bruce, that we weren't given the info. That's one of my biggest problems with The Last Jedi is not what happened, but that they didn't accurately or adequately, not accurately, adequately like give it to us, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Travis? How is it going?
Hello.
We're enjoying ourselves and we're like 8 minutes and 18 into the movie. But here's again another underused character is like Captain Phasma, which looked super cool.
Now I read an article, and I don't know if it was ever canonized, but her outfit was melded from a Naboo starfighter.
So that may be some of the thing. I work in an elementary school, of course, you know that, not everybody does, but like there was an entire series of young adult novelizations of all the characters or a lot of the characters that came out right after this movie came out. And I think Phasma was one of them. So there may be some more of that information and stuff in that.
Right. I mean, I know that sometimes in Star Wars, the fandom tries to oversimplify and say, find connections to everything. That, ooh, shiny, it must be this, Whereas for us, ooh, shiny means I have ADD.
Shiny means that Jewel Sate is an amazing actress. That's what that means.
Also, yes, which if you watch the big the 2 minute long pitch from Scum and Villainy,
yes,
he's like shiny, and JC goes, I aim to misbehave.
Yes. I love the big pitches, how many fandoms that they had stuff in there.
Yep. Maybe at the end of this, I think it's still in the thing. Maybe at the end of this, we'll show the video. Oh, it's not. It's not on this this particular. Never mind.
Oh yeah.
It's in the. It's in the newsletter news desk version.
It's the one that's like 2 minutes and 42 seconds.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I can't. It's got to be messed with. The version I have is too big. It won't load.
Yeah, Jeff uploaded it. That's fine. Not a big deal.
Gotcha.
But here we got the scavenger going into the at.
It's not an at soot.
Yes, correct. But this is also the same thing that we're talking about, is that the goggles that she's wearing are from a stormtrooper's helmet. I mean, Bruce, that's a good question. So if you remember in the last season of Andor, we saw a lot of the ISB officers wearing their full ISB suits, but with stormtrooper armor pieces around it. So, I mean,
well, there's precedent to that, because that's what the difference in a TIE pilot and a TIE reserve pilot is that chest armor.
Right.
They're both still wearing the same black jumpsuit and stuff like that. So apparently, where you find out that Phasma's armor is made from chromium, not a Naboo, the not the N1, but it's
No,
from the yacht.
yeah, the one that Padme flies to Mustafar.
Well, I'm not sure if it's the same one. Anyway, they're saying that it's the yacht, a one like that was owned by Palpatine.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if that one was owned by Palpatine, that particular one, but one like that. But we find that out in the Force Awakens visual dictionary and novel.
Ooh.
The primary source is the official Star Wars lore, including the Phasma novel. See, there it is. I told you it was that. Yep.
Hey, look, it's Scotty.
Yeah, 1/4 portion. Captain.
Computer. I like the fact that it was Simon Pegg.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show, like in these movies, that the directors brought their friends in, which is what I'm kind of worried about with Sean Levy's movie. Is Ryan Reynolds or Hugh Jackman going to do a voice?
As long as it doesn't take away from the story, I don't have a problem with that stuff. Someone complained that Kylo knew only who FN was by name. But did he have a name at that point?
They didn't know it was Finn.
Right, because Poe gave him the name Finn, but did he have another? No, because he specifically says, I don't have a name. That's the only thing they gave me was FN2 yada yada. So,
well, if you remember, Phasma's looking up his records. So maybe she might have known, or on record might have known his original name, but he might not have known it.
Yeah, I don't know. And I mean, I don't know how I felt about a stormtrooper removing their helmet. I don't think it originally messed with me. I don't think on first viewing I was that concerned about it. Now, like thinking back, it like has some implications, but at the time, it's like no, I was immersed and I didn't care. See, yeah. It's the weirdness is like Tito is like, oh, the good guys like kind of treat droids as people.
Yep.
Even though the whole Skywalker clan basically bullies C-3PO. But
yes,
but she's like not regarding BB-8 as parts, even though she's a scavenger. She's referring to him as worth something as a whole, as a unit.
Yeah, but she was ready though to leave him to go on his own.
Well, yeah, because she respects the fact that he's out there on his own anyway. She's like, oh, well, she's not assuming that he's helpless because he's a droid or whatever and he needs her. No, she's just like, okay, it's just like a dude I'm passing by in the desert. He's got his thing.
And yeah, but go with her. He was scared because the moment she turns her back, TiVo is going to go right there and say, Rey's not looking. Yoink.
Could be. Okay, now, so is it me or is this this is an instance that's pretty rare in Star Wars where we see Poe all bloodied up?
In the Battle of Exegol, he's bloodied up as well.
But that's after this.
Correct.
Like this is like an early time. Like I'm talking about in the OT and in the prequels too. It's not really a lot of that.
Empire went after the Wampa. Luke's face.
Yeah, the Wampa. You're right.
So I love this thing. Kylo is going through his memories to get information. But when I first saw Poe in this thing, I kept on thinking that it was going to be like that electrical contraption that Han was strapped to in Cloud City when he was electrocuted by Vader.
Yeah, just kind of an interrogation technique.
Yep.
Again, here, Hux underused.
Yep.
I mean, Hux could have very easily been Hot Callus.
Yeah. But then they end up, like, spoiler alert, Hot Callusing the crap out of Hux in Rise of Skywalker. And they jumped the shark with it as well.
Yeah. Half portion.
Okay, why would you bring your droid to a pawn shop? Like, you knew that was going to happen.
See, that would have been fun if that was Rick Harrison in the suit.
Right.
Oh, 60 portions.
She's like, I could eat for a year.
Now, did this bread stuff really exist, or did they actually make it from? Like, I know it exists now, but was it real at the time, or was that fake, or was it? I don't know.
I think they perfected it when they did it now, but they had it was practical then.
Now, this is a gutsy deal. So it's like one person going against the entire Star Destroyer. Yeah, it's no resistance, no affiliation. I'm one guy who's sick and tired of this, and like, let's get out of here.
Hey, why? I like how do you have a benevolent agenda? No, not have benevolent. You have a benevolent agenda? Yes, I have a benevolent agenda.
It's like, I want out, and I need you to fly me out. It also amazes me that plot weakness, scavenging why wouldn't, again, she's the good guy. The droid is a person. It's sentient, not a pile of parts. Again, it's not, it's like a person. Why not give a droid? But would you even give up like a person? I don't know.
This just occurred to me. So you see how like the TIE Fighter it has it's got a parking brake on, but it kind of reminds me, if you remember, in JJ Star Trek, is the parking brake on? Do you have the external weapon dampener on? Sorry. Like,
yeah,
it's a trope for JJ at this point.
Yeah. Have we seen a lens flare yet? Oh, there was one. There was one.
There we go.
As soon as I said it, lens
Boom.
flare.
Like, JJ has tropes. I love the fact that, like, if you're looking at the radar, it's very similar to, like, if you remember the arcade game from when we were kids, it's the same sort of.
Well, I mean, that's one of the good things about Star Wars is they haven't just upgraded everything to be fancy. Their peak technology is peak technology that looks like 1977.
Right.
And they've kept that even in the sequels. They didn't just upgrade magically to, like, car phones and, well, that's what it happens. Is one pilot versus the entire ship and everyone. It's always.
See,
this is the thing that magically is as controlling as the Empire is. See, I think that was set up originally. He knows who that is because Finn was being set up to be Force sensitive, and he got it through the Force, but that never happened.
Right.
But like, why is the Empire not paranoid enough to where Finn is talking through the mic in the helmet to Poe? Why doesn't the Empire monitor everybody's communications? Why do they have private communications in a stormtrooper helmet?
Because he was a janitor.
Maybe.
By the way, Troy, thank you so much for investing. I just saw online.
Yeah, Troy was mentioning earlier that he was trying to get into the tiers. That's... Oh, yeah, because see, you're looking at like scans of him as a baby.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. That ejection seat, yeah.
You see, this is where Poe was supposed to goose out.
Oh, Poe was supposed to be gone in this one.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't support that he would have died here, as I think that he needed to last longer than this. But I'm not opposed to him peacing out before the silly little conversation in The Last Jedi where he's, him and Laura Dern are having a tiff.
Well, it was saved us from somehow.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is he definitely needed to go before that. That's what needed to happen.
Quicksand.
Woo! Hate it when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
See, and this is where we get the start of the bromance. Is like, oh, you stole my jacket. It looks good on you. Like,
Is this when he starts to comb the desert?
Yes, he ain't found shit. Yeah, see right there. Poe dead in the initial draft and meant to be a middle-aged black man. Huh, didn't know that. Only after discussion between Oscar and JJ. Yeah, well, like I said, I don't have a problem with him being expanded some, but he got expanded beyond where he needed to be.
Right. They were trying to get a new trio, out of this.
Yeah.
Water, oil. Room service.
Oil.
Room service.
Yeah, it's such a good movie. We need to do a watch along of that before long.
And I also want to thank everybody. This is actually our last live watch along of 2025. So thank you because Star Wars is week way.
Oh, and right there is Sam actually posted earlier yesterday. 10 years since the film came out and changed my life. Posted a couple of behind the scenes shots.
Yep. And of course, Hux is Bill Weasley. Always comes back to Potter. This is disgusting. Blech. But he's like, this is the only water I'm going to get.
Also, for more Star Wars, Force Awakens 10-year anniversary fun, you should join our friends over at the Skywalking Through Neverland is they have an episode out that's Star Wars Force Awakens turns 10, part 1. And they have a friend of the VCN, Details, is talking with them about it. Dee's in this movie, and Rick Peralta. So you should check out Richard and Sarah and Dee and Rick and over on Skywalking Through Neverland.
So I also want to plug as well is that Rebel Scum Con already put up photo ops for the talent they already have coming.
Nice.
So if you're interested,
makes a lovely Christmas gift.
Yes.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Bob's your uncle.
Yeah. Well, I definitely plan to get a Deidre Cyril shirt.
Well,
and
Spencer needs to be getting Spencer's those for the next 8 crazy nights.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, there we go.
Every year you get me. You know that, right?
I try.
Last 3 years. This
is my job.
Yeah. It's appreciated.
the desert still looks fake. So does the shark.
Yeah. Miss you, sir. Miss you, Governor.
Whoa. Holy mess. It's like the wind just like kicked up like mad outside there.
Nice coverage. Yes, I'm with the resistance.
Yeah.
Well, they all look like me. That's not a racial comment.
This is what we look like, yeah. See, now that part I really do like. I like that they've heard of Luke, but they don't, they don't think it's real. That's see, good stuff.
Well, he's stuff of legend.
Absolutely.
He's legend. Wait for it, because it might be blue and it might be dairy.
Oh, yeah. There you go. See, I would have loved for him to like find a blaster in this scene and see that he's a crappy shot because he's a stormtrooper.
Right.
That'd have been fun.
That's why it would never work for him. And that's where the credits roll up. Written and directed by J.J. Abrams.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, here we go.
Okay. So we're kind of up on the scene right now. The quad jumper right there. But
yep.
How giddy did you get when they panned the garbage with the Falcon?
Yeah. No, that was good stuff. Boom. Oh, the garbage will do.
Do you think that's a reference to what a piece of junk?
I think it's got to be. I think it's a callback.
What would be funny is if they were running and BB-8 rolls right past them.
I think it's interesting. I mean, I guess she's hung out in the desert and she lives in this place, but she like innately knows where the stuff is in the Falcon. It's like there's the gunner's position. Here's the thing.
Right.
Yeah. See. Yeah. That's the scene. That's what we need.
The reveal.
Boom. Oh, she, however, not so much in the experience. Ooh, you see how durable the Falcon is?
Well,
like,
look at
let's
that. Like the
crash
landing
immediately.
gear. The landing gear reminds me of like when we had the issues with the landing gear in the Kenner version. Thank you, Peter. Appreciate.
This one?
Yes, that. Thank you, Pete. I like the Jakku showing for Star Tours.
I just think it would have been, they could have still made this a callback movie to the first one, and Jakku didn't have to be Tatooine. You know,
But you also have, you know, Star Killer Base or Ilum is a callback to Hoth. Like,
right? But it still had other callbacks to actually being Ilum. The episodes of the Clone Wars where they go to Ilum.
right.
I mean, had they just, simply made Jakku a rainforest or something,
Right. I understand.
There we go. Oh, there you go. It's getting better.
Famous last words.
Oh, not so much when they shoot your gun. Here we go. I think we're going in. No, it's like Twisters.
No.
Yeah, that's one of the complaints that a lot of people have too, is just like that's the Mary Suey thing, which I don't like, because she totally could have. What else is there to do on Jakku as a scavenger? She's familiar with ships because she's scavenging parts and stuff. Potentially, she knew and has been exploring this because she's a ward kind of Unkar Plot, and this is his ship at this point.
Like she knew about the compressor.
Yes. So I mean,
one of the things I didn't like about this, and bothered me even in the version that they have at Batu, is the dish.
Oh,
they
yeah.
replaced with a new radar dish.
Right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
The droid doesn't believe you.
Yes.
Your name is Ray? Yeah, that's my name. Don't wear it out. 3 movies later.
A golden ray of sun.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Here goes emo Kylo.
Are you gonna piss off the emo kid while he's listening to My Chemical Romance?
See, that would have been funny if they had done a Huttese version of
Black Parade.
Yeah.
Well, there is a group that go to Mosh that they're all the Knights of Ren, but they're all the My Chemical Romance with the Knights' helmets.
Well, there you go.
You definitely know he's also a Skywalker.
Oh no! Here we go.
You also know he's a Skywalker because he's whiny.
Yeah. No. Droid, please. He's pleased. He's begging with the droid.
Okay, I enjoyed the thumbs up. I thought that was cute.
I think this is my favorite part of the thing. I need the bonding tape. It's like we're gonna fix the Millennium Falcon with duct tape, space duct tape.
Well, you know, my crew coach said to me in high school, with 2 rolls of duct tape and a vice grip, you can rule the world. So
All things.
He was MacGyvering that.
Yes.
I have the Funko of BB-8 doing the thumbs up.
Yeah, she needed a space Swiss Army knife.
Yes. Well, that's Kylo's saber. But I actually have Brian Herring signed on that, and I had him right on the side of it. They see me rolling, they're hating.
I like that.
Yep. Well, okay, so this was like the first line of the trailer. From what I heard at Celebration, people went absolutely banana when you hear.
Oh yeah, right here, Bruce. This is about it. Mm-hmm. I got a T-shirt that says this. I had to have it.
As you should.
But the question is, why don't their masks filter out toxins?
And there's that damn door.
Da, da, da.
Hello there.
Home. And see, here's yet another, like, here's another person. Good evening. Here's another underused character. Like, we didn't see enough cool, chewy stuff. The butt. Uh-huh.
I think I read that it was Jonas in the standing and walking, but it was Peter in all the sitting scenes.
Oh, that'd be cool. Thanks for popping in. It is, yeah, we're having super fun at the 10th anniversary show. Like, shouldn't that be written on a nameplate somewhere?
Even Jean-Luc had a nameplate.
Right. You know, the Stargazer and the things, and there's always like I don't know.
14
or like, you know, scrolled across the back in spray paint like the HMS Bounty Klingon Warbird. Something.
Notman says, I was expecting pink.
There you go.
Would have been great if he said to the nano computer, L3, how you doing? Like some acknowledgement?
This is like throw them in a pod. I'm just sorry. I was watching. It was in the thing. What? Uh-oh. So did they know at that point?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You are the Han Solo of this. Yeah, so he knew. So apparently, in the Stormtrooper Academy thing, they teach a little bit of the history.
He's my brother-in-law.
Oh yeah,
He
Reth
effed up my son.
and they teach zoology.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Rethtars. Oh yeah. No. Wherever, like Unkar Plot doesn't teach history or zoology or anything. As Ray's like, what? What's the stuff?
Nope.
They're right there. Yes, they do. Every time. There's some good lines in this movie.
Yes.
You're a dead man.
Tell it to Conjure Club.
Uh-oh. Nope, right behind you. Good to see you.
Listen, say what you want about this movie or any of the other properties or anything of nature. It was just so good to have Star Wars back. It was, and it always have a special place in our, our hearts. It was like, wow, we actually came back to Star Wars with this.
Jakku is a good Star Tour segment. I enjoy that. Yes. I'm waiting for the new Smuggler's Run section. Like, that's what we need.
Bruce, would he tumble for you?
Yeah. Boy George and Conjure Club. What if it? Yeah. Uh-huh. Maybe not. Uh-huh. Wrong fuses. Well, that surprisingly worked. Yeah.
And he's like, nope.
Nope. I don't think we ever got like a lot of information about this freighter that Han's piloting at this point.
Right. I'm sure it's in the visual dictionary.
Well, yeah. Uh-oh. Nope. Woo. Tentacly things. Right. It starts already. Right, yes, the green in the universe. They set that up. That was why Jakku had to be Jakku. But yeah, how many times has Rey already saved Finn by this point? A lot.
Well, it's like you want the whole, like, Princess Leia, it's never a damsel in distress, and she's the one who's always saving Luke and Han's ass.
Yeah.
Okay, so he says, wow, and he uses a crossbow. And later on, he's like, I like this gun.
Yeah. That was one of the weirdnesses, is like how unbelievable is it that he's never used the bowcaster
Right.
over this many years. Oh, injured. Till after I've done it. It's like, oh, let's just take off at light speed.
Well, don't you think that he would have tested this, like, in all the years that...
Apparently not. Oh, here we go. Oh, no. Compressor. Pew.
Light speed right through the Raptor. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah. Then we got the Wizard of Oz here.
Mm-hmm. Snoke with the high ground.
Yeah, this gets weird. It's like that there's a republic and there's an empire and there is a resistor all at the same time.
Well, those different, factions and cults of, each individual.
There we go. In Best Buy, like all on the whole wall of TVs, you saw it like repeated 37 times or something.
In a row.
There you go.
See what I did there?
See, that this is what the whole Mando. I don't know. Was there a Snoke novel? Was there an official thing? But that's what Mando, I think, really makes us want to believe.
Well, if you remember as well, all the other Snokes in a bucket on Exegol.
Yep.
Also, congratulations on Harrison Ford getting an Astro Award.
Oh, yeah. Is the Lifetime Achievement or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah, heard him. Yeah. Uh-huh. Ew. There we go. Let's just rip something out while we're flying at light speed. Mm-hmm.
And instead of being impressed, is like, huh.
Yeah,
okay.
Oh, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, Chewie, we're home was that's the best. Yeah, two Snokes
John,
in a bucket.
John, were you in the
Snokes in a bucket?
John, were you in the room when they had the panel at Celebration with the Force Awakens reveal? Okay,
Well,
yeah,
of
but
course,
look how
Han
dirty.
about what they've done to the Falcon is, I think it's funny because it kind of is reminiscent of how much Billy D complains about what Han's done to the Falcon.
I was about to say that. Where's the wet bar?
Yeah, and the cape closet.
Right. And the big coverings on the seats that have no cushions now.
Well, and also the whole thing about the shuttle, the
Right.
escape pod or whatever. Oops, blew that up. Spoilers, he found it. Not to be confused with Mumbo Jimbo.
Who's a really good guy. We hung out with him in Rhode Island.
See, there you go. I don't think I've ever met Mumbo Jimbo in person. He shows up to the shows, but
You might see him in Texas. You would recognize him if you saw him.
Okay, good. Yeah.
It's true.
Yes.
Hokey religions.
We still need more stories about Maz.
Well, we need a big story about Maz. Like,
Yes.
Where's the hand?
Where is the hand, indeed? Oh, see, she didn't know there was this much green.
Dorothy's not in Kansas anymore.
Well, yeah. I think it's funny how that temple from the side looks like Notre Dame de Paris.
Yes. Did you just call me Solo?
Mr. Solo. He knows from experience.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Here you go, John.
No.
Her gun kind of reminds me of the noisy cricket from Men in Black.
It's something different. It looks a lot like the speeder, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's offering you a job. No, I gotta get back to Jakku. Why would you want to go to that hellhole? Yeah, it's Chewy.
And then he's back to calling him Solo again. I love the fact in London we got to see like all the puppetry from Hollywood of the scene.
And here's the tradition: you gotta have a cantina. All the things.
Song written by J.J. Abrams and Lin-Manuel Miranda.
There you go.
If you actually look up when they do a show called Ham for Ham outside the theater to do Hamilton on May the 4th. They actually did a live version of Jabba Flow with we just want to do Jabba Flow Punta. With Lin-Manuel and Jada singing it.
Mm. Oh, that's good news. It's like I need to see the new sequence. Oh yeah, the big character, huh? Like I said, there's just so many things, and I mean, there's so many things in the original in Star Wars. There's so many characters, Walrus Man and this and that, and everybody that the Mandoverse is kind of like bringing back and exploring more.
Well, we talked about this quite a bit. Is that the figures that you would have handed to your brothers?
Yeah, those all get a story now. Which
honestly, they like. I was actually saying this to Matt Wood a couple months ago. I said, Hammerhead, Lobot, and Bib Fortuna were my favorite characters of the original trilogy.
So how did you feel about, I mean, I know how you love the Kylo and all things the Kylo. How did you feel about him essentially like praying to Darth Vader's severed head?
I thought it was grotesque. I think it was more along the lines of someone went back to Endor and sift through the pyre.
Right, but isn't it sitting in like a pile of maybe not.
Not in this
I got the impression in the original it was like sitting in like a box of ashes or some such.
Another scene is evidently, supposedly, the ashes of Kylo's victims. Is what I read.
Mm. Booby.
I wanted Maz to say, "Picture this, Sicily, 1942." It's a Star Wars Sophia Petrillo.
I just thought it was be Hans, Booby. I'm your white knight.
So speaking of that, are you going to be watching your favorite Christmas movie next week?
Oh, absolutely. Is we will very likely watch that on Christmas Eve. Tonight, the girls are rewatching Elf.
Okay.
We've already watched that once this season, but they're watching again. We watched what was it? I think Deck the Halls last night with Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick.
Nice.
So we try and watch. The other night we watched the Charlie Brown Christmas special, and then there's a new Christmas Carol musical. I think it's new on Apple TV with Hugh Jackman and not Hugh Jackman with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. But Ferrell, they're both really acting like Hugh Jackman when they do some of the scenes.
It was actually one of the scenes was actually filmed at the mall a few towns away from me. I've watched Christmas Vacation. I haven't watched Love Actually yet, and I need to watch, which is my favorite Christmas movie, Santa Claus the movie.
Oh, Santa Claus the movie is a good one.
What's your favorite? The Griswolds? That's a good one. That's always a classic.
I mean, my favorite Christmas movie is Miracle on 34th Street. And I enjoy both versions, but like the original Maureen O'Hara version is Maureen O'Hara is the best.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go with Santa Claus the movie. Was always my favorite, and also the fact that it's Dudley Moore and John Lithgow and classic actors.
What's your favorite Hanukkah movie?
I would like that stricken from the records, sir. Yes, one of the secret Santa gifts that Dave sent me was a copy of 8 Crazy Nights.
I mean,
still nothing beats one you got me last year. You got me the ugly Hanukkah sweater.
The ugly Hanukkah sweater was good stuff. That is going to be a tough one to beat, but I'm trying.
No, the polo shirt was quite nice.
Cool. Come with me, Ray.
So, what's your thoughts on the fact that Finn ended up being Force sensitive?
I thought it needed to happen, and that's some of what was the matter with The Last Jedi is you didn't see enough of that in that. You know, is I think there should have been more in there.
One of the cutscenes that they cut out was when she touches the saber. Spoiler alert. She gets transported to Bespin, and they initially had that they actually filmed it. She was going to see the Vader Luke fight from another angle. John, how was the crowd with the Chewie were home?
Oh, I'm sure of that. The favorite Griswolds, yeah. The best is A Wonderful Life is that's a good one. Wonderful Life. We've watched that already.
Are all the girls home for the holiday?
Chloe's not home yet. They still have school until I think 2 days before Christmas. So I think like next Tuesday or something like that.
Right. The hand.
Yeah, the hand. There was a hand. But see, this is the best we got at the Knights of Ren. Come on, dude. We needed more than this.
Right.
Yeah, well, again, the whole like execs or what the no. Well, Maz's bar would be another one. That would be a really good, like, except for the fact how rigid the timeline and the storyline of Batu is.
Right.
Like, if it was way more universal and like you could get little sprinklings of this or that, maybe they could make up a whole story where it's you know, Maz's new cantina or something and like open it over across. Because Lord knows they need more seating in a bar like on Batu.
Well, they have one. It's called Beacon Barrel.
No. That's the new the Pirates bar the way. But there actually is in the storyline, I think there is another bar on Batu that's like above, it's like upstairs and over that in the VR whatever tour of Batu, that the gamer tour or whatever it is, that you can explore that, and there's more to the story. But it's just not actually built out.
Look how young
See
Daisy looks.
the music in the background.
I don't hear music.
It's the building. It's the Force music. It's the Force theme. Yeah, Cezliak or something's bar. Cezliak runs another less popular cantina in all the stories in VR. Maybe they need to light a propane grill in space. That sort of thing happens. And I mean, this is the let's beat everyone over the head with and remove all doubt that these people are space Nazis.
Right.
It's like, okay, the uniform and the goose stepping boots and the stuff like that before, and like the symbols, or but this is the beat them over the head. Look, the Empire are space Nazis. I mean, he does everything except like a Heil Palpatine.
Okay, so
they all do.
Let's talk about this speech. How we heard this speech and saw it in animation form in Resistance, right before they destroy Halcyon Prime. That was probably one of my favorite parts of that show.
And I suppose that like this is the first how long they've been building this, and this is the first time they've fired the weapon here, like destroyed all the trees and stuff that have grown up. But I would have thought that Ilum would have been more destroyed just from the, I don't know,
the excavating of the kyber crystals.
Yeah, more destroyed and not have such these lush forests and stuff everywhere.
If kyber was the core, I mean, they can build it, harnessed it from the inside out.
Yeah, this is like, oh snap.
Where's Nelson Lee right now as Senator Madoziono on that planet?
I don't know.
Got the droid looks like from Metropolis in the back.
There you go. In the jungle. In the jungle, the mighty jungle.
Yeah, run away, Ray. That's going to work. That's how that works for you.
Yep, that's not good.
Well, crap. All right, Ray.
Go back to zero. Apocalypse Now, right there. All the TIE fighters coming out of the sun.
Right.
For another time. When the hell is the time? When are you going to tell us that story? I need a comic book. I need a novel. I don't care. Give me a radio audio drama. Something.
Han should be like, I opened a tauntaun with that thing.
It's like, look, it's a can opener.
Ew. It's a scalpel. What was the name of the planet that Maz's castle was on?
I don't know.
It wasn't Greenland.
Takondana, something.
Do 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 do.
Situated on Nimini Lake. Okay. In the Toshter sector, so the western reaches. So, as always, it has all sorts of backstory and stuff that you have to like go look and stuff. Go. You have a weapon. See, this is the thing. That's where, yes. He should have been able to do more with that. Here it is, shooting the bowcaster. If it does that, why doesn't Chewie do more damage, man? Oh! Snapped. Like, I knew that guy. Then we get this, which we, don't see a whole lot of either. It's like, actually, I think I have one over there. Is the vibro axe or whatever it is that.
Yep. I know Kevin Smith is one of the voices in this scene.
Woo. Boom. There you go.
Notman says the ultimate Christmas movie is Flash Gordon.
I don't know that I've ever paid that much of attention to that. That's Christmas. Like, could be Gremlins. Gremlins, classic. We've watched that one too. Classic Christmas movie.
And I know McKenna Grace is supposed to be in the next Gremlin movie, and she's supposed to be playing Phoebe Spengler.
Interesting. Shared universe.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's always been that talk for years that there was going to be a crossover G.I. Joe Transformers movie.
Well, that's the entire premise of the new comic series. Is the Energon universe. Is I'm not reading it because Larry's not writing it.
Mm-hmm.
Is he's still writing a real American hero, but there's new G.I. Joe that's a G.I. Joe Transformers, and I'm imagine if that shows any level of popularity, is you might actually kind of get that.
Thank you.
Oh, see, Finn is a good shot. And it's really weird, though, that he's just blowing away like troopers that he served with since he was young. Like, literally, probably trained and stuff with as a child. But you don't get to see any kind of misgivings or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, nope. is it?
I like the fact that also later on we see Ezra with the green crossblade.
Mm. It's like we're done.
And knock you out.
Nope. Well, like, oh no, I just
We need Han Solo to say, "Stop blowing holes in my ship." Oh, oh. That would have been a perfect time for him to scream Ray.
And there you go.
One for effect.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, she was just like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's not worth it. I gotta go do with Leia. So, do you think they're still married, or they got divorced, or he just left?
Yeah.
I actually was thinking about this the other day.
It doesn't strike me that there was like an official divorce. It more strikes at me that they just both went on to do whatever it was that they were going to do and just never bothered to make it official.
Han's looking at it like, man, it's been a peaceful 30 years without that gold POS.
It hasn't been that long.
Chew's like, yeah, go look with this one.
Mm.
Welcome back to Yevon.
And here we go. It's like, oh look, you're alive, you're alive. What's that? What happened?
That's one thing I also didn't like. The fact is that he called him buddy every time he talked to him.
Yeah, as I didn't think they were quite there yet. They didn't have quite enough of a history at this point.
Right. But even like in the other movies, he calls him buddy. Like he's like, hey Finn, buddy. I want to be like, I'm not your buddy, pal.
You complete me. Wait, no.
That's my jacket.
Uh-huh.
Somehow the jacket returns.
General Organa. Oh, there you go. I want the life preserver.
Not too early. I sleep on Saturdays.
The weirdnesses with 3PO's hands. They look just like different. Yeah, because all we gave you is like part of a map.
Don't do anything. Okay, we all cheered when BB-8 pulled the blank.
Oh yeah, when like R2 was back. I mean, this was what this movie could have, should have been, is bringing the original trio back to meet like a new trio, like all the things that this missed on that Ghostbusters and Top Gun Maverick got right.
Yep. I'll be right back.
Yeah, see, this is the kind of thing. This is what leads me to believe that not necessarily divorced, that they just kind of went their own ways and never actually just did it. They just were too busy being themselves. Yeah, this right. It just moved. And that's Leia being hopeful as it always should be. Dun, 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 dun. Still the music in the background. If you're sitting there listening, it's just like this is what makes the Star Wars movies the Star Wars movies. Ben needs his own towel at the Oh yeah, they put him in the big mind flayer chair or whatever it is. Oh, and here comes the mask off. Here's your reveal. What? You're like a dude under there. It's not like. So it's this helmet that like went in the ashes or something. I don't know what you're talking about.
So good.
Yeah, so this is where he puts down like the Ren helmet in the bucket of ashes or whatever.
Yeah.
Would you even know what an ocean is if she spent like her entire memory of life on Jakku?
She read about it in those novels.
There you go. And this really does kind of echo like the carbonite freezing chamber with like the circle and the kind of pattern on the ceiling and stuff.
Pretty much. But she has no training and knows how to resist them.
Well, I wouldn't say knows. It's like instinctive. See, she just like goes right back at him.
Right.
He's like, "Whoa, are you wearing eyeliner here, emo boy?"
No.
Yeah.
But did he see my 12-pack?
Yeah, they're just like going back and forth and they kind of figure out. They know that there are things in the Force about each other. Because they are, of course, a dyad in the Force. Spoilers!
Ah. Unlike the discount dyad, which is Matt Wood and Helen Sadler.
Mm-hmm. There you go. I love that she just like the instinctively, here we go. I can command people.
So did you see the premiere for Wake Up Dead Man, the new Knives Out?
No, I have not seen that.
So JJ moderated the Q&A with Ryan. And the whole time he was talking about was he wanted to talk about, because Daniel Craig was sitting next to him, was how Daniel Craig was the stormtrooper.
Mm.
So Ray knew how to get past James Bond.
Mm. And I'll drop my weapon. Yeah, Ray beats out on the mind control, but you know, Kylo wins on the emo tantrum. His weapon just seems awfully wasteful. So let's drain an entire star every time.
And talk about bringing friends in. Hey, look, there's Greg Grunberg.
Yeah. It's a bigger Death Star. Here's the explanation. How does the janitor know this? There's there, you know, like a briefing. It's like, oh, you know, well, wait. Oh yeah, I know where a thermal oscillator is. I had to polish that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's just like fly directly through the shield. And they did a lot of stuff in these new. They took a lot of liberties with light speed.
Yep. They had to go right to ludicrous speed.
This is a Carl Sagan, nightmare.
I like the fact we just said 9 nub.
Mm. Why do you not know what explosives are? Love to watch you go. Yeah, it's always good. See, that's it. They're not divorced. They're just no.
But he knows he's not coming back.
Yeah, she's like, moving pairs across the dining room table and stuff.
That's how she got Finn. And she killed a bunch of sand people.
Yeah, they said, see, that's got to be that. Yeah. Landing approach at light speed.
Ooh, there's a mountain.
Oh, trees. Oh, more trees. Woo. Yeah, can't get any higher. Just like go through the trees. Nobody, it's fine. Oh, this is a durable ship, man.
Oh, don't forget when they did the slide in Santorini with the coaxium.
Oh yeah. Uh-oh. Han Solo.
Back.
And see, I think it's an odd choice right there with he's like Han Solo. He's just not saying father.
Well, because he's not Ben anymore.
Hmm. Oh no. Oh yeah, exactly. Oh great, you're cold.
That's not how the Force works. Like I thought it was interesting on Han's jacket. He's got the data coils, but are those primarily Imperial?
I guess not.
Is it like an equivalent of like a USB drive?
I mean, I think the only time we've really seen those in use is in Mando.
Right.
I'm in charge of it.
That was a line that was edited out of Last Jedi. Was what she calls him a traitor. He actually said, "Tell your troopers how you were the one that disabled Star Killer Base."
Oh
and
yeah,
then she killed everybody around her.
yeah, because you can't have somebody knowing that
You did the thing.
You did a thing. Even if you were forced to do a thing, that shows weakness. So you can't be did a thing. Oh yeah, just open up a little panel and well, there you go. Shields down. Yeah. Here it is, coming in, just flying randomly at light speed, and now we can drop out. Here we go. An entire planet, and we're sending like 14 X-Wings. Over there. Look over there. Look over there. Oh, surprise. Oh. Whoa. That's not exactly how the ballistics work.
Right.
They're like launching heat-seeking missiles or something. Yeah. Oh, found the ship.
And this is the last interaction they've had.
Yeah.
Sad face.
And it just seems that they did like equal stuff, but you would have thought it's like Han. I don't know.
Right.
They were met like down lower or whatever, but it's apparently the layout at Scum House. It's like I sense a finding. The voice inside the mask is like way cooler in this one. I think it's far more deep and brooding than it is later. I don't think he spends as much time in the mask later either. Yeah, so what's going through his head right now? Oh, about what's going the same thing that's about to go through his chest? No. Uh-oh. See, at that point he should have called him by his full name. Like, what's his middle name?
Benjamin. Hanovia Solo. Orlando.
Yeah, apparently he doesn't have a middle name. Bum, bum, bum. Was that a big bombshell right there?
Probably.
I mean, like they'd already said something about our son and he'd talk, but it's really that they're confronting each other. It's like, oh.
Chew's like,
But I didn't notice until rewatches. Starkiller Base becomes a star when it explodes. In canon, it is later named Solo. Han dies falling in the center of a planet of Kyber. The strongest stars have hearts of Kyber. Indeed, they do.
Yep. But that was Ilum, so it was all Kyber.
Doesn't like the conflict.
I like the callback they use of Rise with this one.
Oh. And everybody's sitting there going like, So what's your take? Who pushed the button?
Han.
Yeah. I think that's the prevailing. That's my head canon at least.
He did it to save him. He knew it was going to happen one way or the other.
Oh no!
Like he hesitated, and Han was like, "I knew it was going to happen."
Yeah. It's that whole thing to where I had to push you to the dark side so you could come back to the light. Oh, she felt that.
Yep. Too close to home with what's going on with Meathead.
Oh,
Speaking of which, R.I.P. Rob Reiner.
yes, absolutely.
What was your favorite Rob Reiner movie?
I am very partial to The Princess Bride.
As you should be. I mean, yeah, Princess Bride's up there. Few Good Men are some of my favorites. I mean, but then the movies like Harry and Sally, which are like classics.
Yeah, I mean it's a good one. I was not a big fan initially. I didn't experience it really initially. This is Spinal Tap.
Right.
So it was like that was like, eh. Oh, let's see. Interesting improv moment where Chewie hands Han his jacket and Han looks confused. Oh, it's just like, oh, well, it worked and got left in.
Okay.
You haven't heard this argument? Yeah, no, I've been having this argument since this movie came out. This is like 10-year-old argument. Is like that was what made Ben still redeemable. Is Han had to be the one to stop this conflict in Ben because he wanted the pain to stop, and that was how he felt that he was going to come back there. Is it had to be that way.
Well, I mean, if I'm trying to think of what
Oh, I didn't realize this was Rob Reiner, the American President. I like that a lot too.
There was a line in I'm trying to think which movie it was. The line basically said that's like, you can't take a life because that will weigh on you, so much.
Yeah.
And Han did it because he didn't want Ben to have grief of killing his father.
There you go. Exactly. Got to bring Beckett's lesson full circle. Always shoot first.
Burn the jacket.
Yeah, this level, this gets wacky. He's got to be force sensitive here. Oh, here we go. This was a really nice scene to see, like the collateral damage of the trees and the stuff as they were fighting.
So I have a print up on my wall, and it's Kylo looking at the helmet. But if I was going to get another piece signed from them, I would probably get that shot signed from the juxtaposition of the red and the blue blades in the snow.
Mhm. Yeah.
I have underneath it, I have a signed version of the throne room scene signed by Daisy and Adam.
Well, and I think this is like a really like a important stylistic thing in how they started filming with real light up sabers as opposed to just the rods, the metal rods and stuff like they used to, because you get so much of that glow, the colored glow on them that we saw a lot in the Obi-Wan show later. But this is kind of like where that started, I think. Poe was just like, boom. Nobody else, like all the X-Wings can't do it, but one man.
It's like he's a kamikaze pilot.
Parkour. Fun piece of trivia. Steven Spielberg, responsible for the trees being cut down during the fight, suggested it to JJ, accepted. Oh, and Spielberg had to pay for it. Well, good on you, Spielberg, because that was the right thing to do. Is she tempted?
The Force?
To be like by being having a teacher, belonging somewhere.
It's always the ones who need the teacher that become the teacher.
Hey, was that a shot? That sounded
I realized that after I said
it. Damn it. That sounded like a shot.
I realized after the audience was not ideal.
Oh, ain't that a kick in the face?
But this is like the inner monologue that she has in this scene.
Yeah.
Like, do it.
Do it. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's who's in her head. That's the
Papa Palpatine.
Well, if she's gone ahead and done it right there, written and directed by J.J. Abrams, and you move on. That's a lot of alarms. Nope, we're out of here. We're done.
Peace
to
out.
The lifeboats. Evacuate in our finest hour. You overestimate their chances. Chances. Yeah, easy to call her Rhea Mary Sue, but she'd be on the defensive, deflecting the blows. But I mean, you've already seen that she has experience with the staff. Is like, so it's
which is
not
why it's, but that's also why it's poetic that she turns her staff into her saber.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, it's not like she knows nothing, and they've set her up to not know anything about any kind of combat or anything.
It's like poetry. It sucks.
What?
How's the MVOism?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and here it is, the whole planet. What about the independent contractors on that giant planet? You know, who are the guys building the barracks, building the houses, cutting the grass? What about those guys?
It's almost like what happened to the planet Genesis.
Genesis?
I was waiting for that one. Are you deaf? How could you not hear with ears like that?
Oh, yes. Like, oh no.
Leia, I never met you before, but I'm going to give you a hug.
Yeah, again, one of those other kind of things. Oh, apparently across my scrolling, today is the anniversary of Chris Farley's death.
Oh.
That's another sad one.
I need to watch. There's a couple of documentaries. I know that the Chevy Chase one just came out.
Have you watched the John Candy one yet?
Oh, I loved it.
Okay.
Oh, now he wakes up.
Oh, yeah, now. How convenient. Beep, boop,
Who's
beep,
this?
beep,
Who's this little shit?
Boopity boopity boop. Oh, yeah, we used the map. Call him on the cell phone. I don't know. I'm just gonna shoot him a text, man. I got his number.
Yeah, right. She's like, "Wait, you're alive?"
Here, look, it's R2. Oh, I have a map of the entire galaxy. Why didn't you guys have this crap? Huh? Yeah, we have fancy pants projectors. Can't do that with a computer.
Transparent aluminum.
All right, well, let's get on it. Everybody, hustle up. Load up Falcon. Toot, 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 toot.
He gets up, starts dancing like he's Grandpa Joe.
What? A golden ticket?
He's the biggest villain of all movies.
Yeah, that's in just like 20 some odd years of just, shirking responsibility.
His daughters.
We got a new outfit.
His daughters.
See, this is the thing, like the level of time passage here is like that just seems like the next day, but it's probably not the next day.
Yeah. A few hours later.
Yeah. like that's what it seems like, but that's got to be, you know, could that be weeks, days, months? Who knows?
Where's the dice?
Yeah, some key things left out. Oh, I think we announced Emily's birthday at the beginning of the show, but we've got
Right.
some other friends of the channel and stuff. Is today is Jason Hall and Kate Brooker's birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes. I
And
reached
then
out to
yesterday was Krista.
Yep.
Krista from CRAD. So happy birthday to all three, or belated birthday by a little bit, and happy current birthday to all of the friends of the show.
I told Amanda, I was like, if when we go to Ireland, I am making a pilgrimage to Skelly Michael.
Yeah. I mean, I think you got to get out there.
Yeah. And I hear the pub across the street by the boats. They pictures and stories and stuff.
Well, we should do again like a revisit of that documentary.
Okay.
I mean, that's good, and I think that was very informative for people, is to check out all of the stuff about Skellig Michael. I think Shell is working with someone right now. Is she has someone on her team that is from that village there. I forget the name of it.
Cork.
But just says all the good things about the area.
Well, if it wasn't so late, I would say let's get Gary on because he was part of press around that time.
Oh yeah. So this is the thing. We thought so much more. Luke was going to be so much more of a vital part to this. It's like, here we go.
I had so many friends who said, looked at him before this thing happened and said, man, that ruins my childhood. I'm like, really? Old man Luke ruins your childhood?
Yeah, I mean, but no, I got no problem with old man Luke here. Like I said, this is what I dressed up as because we saw this little bit of this in the trailer, and I did my best. I totally made the mechanical hand that I could like use with the little grippies and grip the saber.
Mm-hmm.
I grew out my hair to do this piece, so I wasn't doing wigs or anything. Is that had the not nearly as much of a salt and peppery goatee 10 years ago.
Right.
But beautiful, like helicopter shots.
Yep.
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is absolutely fantastic.
Happy 10th anniversary. Woo!
It's still a very fun movie, you know. I enjoy watching it, and I enjoy watching with you guys. And yes, happy 10th anniversary. I think in another 10 years, they're going to start to get to the appreciation like the prequels did. All the movies. I'm very excited about that. But this was also, ladies and gentlemen, our last live watch along. Next week, we're going to have a rerun. And then you're going to get our end of year extravaganza on New Year's Eve, which will be pre-recorded, which I'm very excited about recording because we did so much this year. And I want to personally thank you, every one of you, as a part of our 100,000 members, for being part of the most exciting year in VCN history. And it's only going to get better with 26 and 27 as we are on the march to Star Wars Celebration 2027. Dave, what's going on in the network in the next week?
We got all sorts of stuff coming up on the network. People should go back and check out your news desk from earlier today on the Scum and Villainy. Is definitely do that. But we got a new Life at Lightspeed with news. I'm sure they will be talking more in depth about the wrap of Starfighter.
Mm-hmm.
and some other things that have occurred in the last day or two.
I will say, if Ryan Gosling's not fighting Korg and the Armada, and his ship does the Death Blossom, I'm going to be very upset.
Yeah, okay, that
was a great movie. Come on.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, we'll see what like homages and things that they throw out to other properties and to the Star Wars universe in general. But Life at Lightspeed, they'll be up. They'll be talking. It's Jedi Archives this Sunday. They are going to be finishing up their discussion of each episode of Star Wars Visions. So check that out. And then, a week from then, we're going to have Unifying Force, and Unifying Force is not yet getting to our deep dive into the Visions episodes, because for the last 2 weeks we've been deep diving into anime in general and the influences of anime. But we're going to take a break and we're going to do our year in review, because as big of a year as the channel has had, Unifying Force had our 100th episode as well this time, and has been doing had a lot of things going on, and so we'll be reviewing that coming up. But they've still got, even though it is the week of the Christmas, we've still got new shows coming up next week. We've got a new Clone Wars Revisited coming up on Monday. As is always, if you are able to join us on the Tuesday night live on the Zoom, so much super fun there. I am so disappointed that I had other things going on and I missed it this past Tuesday. So I'm really It
was a good one this past week
to see all my friends in the happy hour in the cantina. So try and get out and join us there.
Absolutely. And, thank you very much, and tell your friends. And also, like I said, keep an eye out for all the things going on, because we got a lot of great announcements. We already announced that we're going to be back at Rebel Scum next year. Woo. And boy, do we have a good lineup for 27. I got to start thinking of 27 next year. Right. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. This is, like I said, our last live episode. So from Dave and Spencer, I want to say happy 10 year, and may the Force be with you.
Always.